Oh, banter.
All right. Hi, Beryl.
Hi, Lauren. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
What are we talking about today?
Art history, and humanities.
All right. Art, history, and humanity. I love art.
I love humanities.
And history. Yes. It's going to be a great episode. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
All right.
It will be.
You got my questions and you don't want to guess. I got a recommendations and that I can suggest. Yes, this library questions that are part of the quest. Here's Beryl and Lauren with instruction request.
Hey, Ospreys. I'm Lauren Odom, the Instruction Librarian.
And I'm Beryl White-Bing. I can't say my name today. My name is Beryl White-Bing.
We'll start over.
No. My name is Beryl White-Bing, and I am the virtual learning.
I already gave him the
No,
signal.
we keep going. Yeah, we keep going.
Okay.
My name is Beryl White-Bing, and I'm the Virtual Learning Librarian.
And welcome to Instruction Request, where we talk about common research questions, helpful resources,
and the latest technology and innovations in the Virtual Learning Center at the Thomas G Carpenter Library.
Awesome. Yes. Very nice. All right. So we're talking about art, history, and humanities.
Yes. But first, let's do that research question. Oh, what's going on in the instruction unit?
So in instruction, we are we're still going along strong with our instruction. So we're going to the classrooms across campus, and classes are coming to us to get some helpful resources and tips and tricks on how to navigate those research processes.
And then the VLC instruction has picked up. And I've had a lot of extra organizations come, like the global community has come. Some of the campus student organizations have come, like the FIRS Club has scheduled time. The Astronomy Club is trying to schedule time. But it seems like when they can come, I'm not here, or when, but they are scheduled to try and come. So book a space, libraryvr@unf.edu. Make sure you get in contact with me so that you can bring your group. It doesn't have to be a class. It can be a club. It can be an organization. Or maybe you want to get your staff together because CERT is coming.
Yay!
Annie, are you coming? CERT is coming to the VLC.
How exciting. How exciting.
We're going to have some fun.
And so even when you're not there, are you able to still accommodate those groups to get whatever experiences that they're looking for?
If it's not a instruction class, like say if it is like a team building kind of event that wants to come to the VLC, if I'm unable to come, my students are very well adept at helping people on the virtual reality experiences. So yes, but most time I'll be there. I just had a couple of weeks that, my sister turned 75, so I had to take her to Disney World.
Yeah. Exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is good to know that if you want to come to the VLC and get some of those VR experiences, just reach out to, what is it?
Libraryvr at unf.edu.
At unf.edu, and we can accommodate you.
Yes.
And then also we've been getting a lot of inquiries from graduate students. That's been amazing.
Yes.
I had an instruction with a graduate class this morning. So we're not just here to support only the students or the undergraduate students. We're here to support everyone at every level and also faculty.
That's true. Unfortunately, our research consultations are 30 minutes or 1 hour. So if you're doing, like, say, a scoping review or something like that might take a lot longer, then you're going to need to make multiple appointments because, our schedules are booked up.
Yes, but there is not a limit on how many research consultations you can have. So use your resources.
Okay.
So let's talk about the research question of today. And I think it's perfect because we actually got a question that's specific to art and I just wanted to go over it.
Okay, read it.
For the sake of the privacy of the student, I will not be using any names
Okay.
or any specifics about the question.
You're not going to spill the beans.
I'm not going to spill the beans.
All right.
So we had a student come into our library chat. This is something that you can access when you get to the library webpage at unf.edu/library. There's a tab on the right side of the page that says Lib Chat. And you can actually drop in and access librarians. And so this question came through that channel. It says, "Good morning. I'm looking for guidance regarding an American art history project this semester. We are to do an annotated bibliography with 20 sources using Chicago-style citation. Please note this is a first for me." And then the student goes to name the artist and the name of a painting that they are looking for specifically. And they said, "My initial search for information regarding this piece has been rather sparse, so they are open to changing up the piece that they're looking for. They just wanted some help on where they could go for resources."
Okay.
And so this actually fits perfectly into the database that we are going to be covering today. But before we get to that, because I actually did a search on the artist that she was looking for, and some results came up. So I thought it was actually perfect.
That's a librarian rush.
It is. When we can find the things that you're looking for.
What you've been searching all your life for.
Absolutely. So just to know that you can always start with OneSearch. That is our main catalog on our library website. There are a number of art databases that are located on our database list. And I wanted to highlight our art and history LibGuide. So if you will pull up the screenshot there.
Good old Andy.
So this art and art history library guide, you can locate it, again, going to that unf.edu/library webpage, scrolling down under quick links and clicking on library guides. You can, on the page, there's actually a list of subjects, and there's an art subject that you can click on, and then you can click on art and art history. And this page, if you go through it, you can, the different tabs have a number of resources that will be helpful for any kind of search you're doing in the realm of art or art history. So please go on our website and check out that library guide. Thank you. So this will lead us into our database, which is also a continuation of the answer to her question.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of ARTstor?
Yes. I've used ARTstor before.
Nice.
Yeah. I've used it to look for antiquities because I've had the dreaded humanities assignment to look for ancient Egypt.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Ancient Egypt, the items that Howard Carter found in the tomb.
Yeah, very
And
involved.
I've used ARTstor for that a few times, and some other things like women in ancient Greece and that type of thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, ARTstor is an art history database, and it is a subsidiary of JSTOR. And I actually talk about this a little bit in the video that we're going to show you. So if you will play that for us, please.
Hit it, Andy.
To access the ARTstor database, you will go to the UNF Library webpage at unf.edu/library and click on Database List. From here, you will click on the Subjects drop-down menu, choose Art and Design, and then click Search. On this page, you will click on the ARTstor Database List link. You do not need to create an account, and from here you can search for any art piece by name or artist name. And because ARTstor is a subsidiary of JSTOR, which is a history-based database, you can search those same keywords or search terms to find more research on that particular topic or artist. Yes.
Okay.
So ARTstor is great for when you're searching for images, sculptures, painting, anything in the
objects.
Objects, absolutely.
Or, bowls that they may have found in ancient Egypt or ancient Greece.
Yes, right.
That are in a museum somewhere. And it has a little bit of information about it. And maybe you might be able to find the actual name for the piece and be able to use that actual name in another database.
Yes.
So that works too.
Yeah, so it's definitely a great point of reference for many things. And I like that you have the option to search within JSTOR, like right above it.
Yes.
Because you can search in ARTstor for the image, the art, and then you can do that same search with those search terms or keywords in the JSTOR search, and then find manuscripts and articles and more
descriptions
research-based things.
And JSTOR goes back to something like the 1200s.
It's an excellent history database.
It's an excellent database
for history,
for art history and humanities, antiquities, everything.
All of them, yes.
In JSTOR. And it's a journal store, so it's all peer-reviewed stuff.
Excellent. Also, for those of you who are looking for primary sources, JSTOR is your go-to source for primary sources. So, yes. All right. So let's talk about what's going on in the VLC.
Okay. In that same vein, VR was created for art and art history and humanities and history. We have a ton of data of VR experiences about pieces of art. We have 14 VR experiences for art.
Wow.
But I'm only going to go over a few of them. There are many more, but these are just a few of them. So, Andy, if you would put up that PowerPoint, I would appreciate it. Hit it, Andy. This is Baalbek Reborn, which is Roman temples that are in Lebanon. This one is Dreams of Dali. You can find this at the Salvador Dali Museum down in St. Petersburg, but it is a painting that he did, archaeological reminiscence of Millet's Angelus, and you can actually walk around in the painting and experience the mind of Dali, if you will. This is Il Divino, Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel in VR. This is particularly good because I've been to the Sistine Chapel.
Wow.
And it looks exactly like this. And
true experience.
I think there's 100 individual portraits that make up his Sistine Chapel. And this particular VR experience will give you information about each one of the scenes. This one won awards. Mona Lisa Beyond the Glass is created by the Louvre Museum from Paris and is presented to the public. The latest scientific research on Da Vinci's artistic innovation and his painting techniques and processes through exceptional visualization and virtual reality, bringing them to life. Talking about ancient Egypt, Nefertari's Journey to Eternity is a scan of, in the legendary Valley of the Queens, Queen Nefertari's tomb.
Wow.
You go down into Queen Nefertari's tomb, and it has information on the walls about different depictions that were painted on the walls and different things like that. It's kind of scary a little bit because, you know, you have like a flashlight going through the tomb and it lights up in different places. It's really good. This one is Van Gogh's Night Cafe.
Okay.
So for those who paid $60 to go down to the Van Gogh experience, you could have come to the VLC and experience the Night Cafe, where you go into his painting, the Night Cafe, and you can walk around in it and enjoy the iconic sunflowers that he paints in 3 dimensions.
Now, for context, for anyone who's not local to Jacksonville that might be watching, or maybe you are local, maybe you just didn't know, there is an immersive Van Gogh experience that comes to town every so often. I don't know if they're local and they just run it.
I don't know anybody who has not heard of the Van Gogh experience.
It's an immersive experience that you can purchase tickets and walk through rooms of this work expanded kind of thing. So.
Yeah. And this is the palace at Versailles, which is also in France. This is the palace of Louis XIV. Paintings, you can look at paintings, sculptures, his famous Hall of Mirrors, all of that. This was developed by Google Arts and Culture. And then, of course, there's Google Earth. Google Earth I included Google Earth in this because when you learn how to use Google Earth, you can go in to museums or go to points like you can go to famous statues. You can go to museums and then navigate through Street View, go inside of the building.
Wow.
And walk around in the building. So I include Google Earth as a part of the art and art humanities and history type of thing. And this is just a few of them.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Meta has a ton more. And news in the VLC is that we're in talks with Meta to upgrade the VLC and upgrade with Meta and with ITS, to upgrade the VLC with new computers and maybe their latest Meta headset.
That's exciting.
Hopefully that happens.
Yes.
That's just a wish list right now, but hopefully we're in talks to get that done.
Now, I know that sometimes the VLC partners with DHI, the Digital Humanities Institute.
I do have MetaQuest 2 headsets from the Digital Humanities Institute, which is why I say I can accommodate about 32 people in the VLC, because we have 16 HTC Vives connected to high-powered computers, so we can run PC-driven, like Google Earth is a PC-driven VR experience. But we also have access to Meta's platform because we do have the MetaQuest 2s from the Digital Humanities Institute, although Meta isn't selling the MetaQuest 2 anymore. They still work. Okay. And we do have the QuestLink cables, which allow us to access Meta's platform as well.
Nice.
And we have other platforms that we can access in the VLC. So we can pretty much find anything that you are studying. Challenge me. I will find a VR experience to cover your class, to engage your students, to make sure that they are exposed to the latest technology and innovations in VR.
Yes.
So get in contact with me, arts and humanities instructors.
Absolutely.
VR was made for arts and humanities.
Yes. And to our art students, as you can see, there are a number of very rich experiences.
Yes. And on Fridays from 11 to 1, I have drop-in faculty office hours, research consultation hours. So if you want to just drop by the VLC on any Friday from 11 to 1, I'm in the VLC waiting for you to come. Just come.
Come to the VLC.
Come to the VLC or email libraryvr@unf.edu.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think that about wraps up this episode. What do you think?
Yes.
What are we going to talk about in the next episode?
Oh, the next episode.
The next episode, we're going to talk about group projects and team building.
Group projects and team building. I have a whole section. I've organized all of my VR experiences according to topic. And one of the topics is team building.
Okay. I can imagine doing team building exercises in VR or in the metaverse is like a whole new world.
Whole new world.
Yeah, that's exciting. Okay. Well, thank you for joining us for another episode. And we just want to let you know that you can always schedule a research consultation and you can always schedule an instruction request. Thank you.